Hey everyone, welcome back to Great Sports Debates. I want to make a quick video, go over our Week 7 in review, bets we made, what we learned, hit all the games for Week 8 real quick, and then maybe talk about this upcoming UFC on Saturday. So I'm going to wing this real quick. I got my phone here to look over the games, just quick reminders. So if I miss anything, just ping me in the comment section. We'll start with Thursday's game. This was a win for the members. We said go on the over, got that. We said like Joe Flacco to get a touchdown and a half, got that. And we said get an anytime chase touchdown, got that. We also talked about Bengals upping the points or take them money line if you want to get a little risky. They did come through on all of the above. We went with Chase anytime touchdown, Flacco 1+ touchdown, and I think we did a modified yardage for Flacco as well. So that was a W for us. Next game was Rams-Jags. We said we liked Rams here, and we didn't really do anything else. We might have mixed them in with a few parlays. But other than that, we didn't really do much with that game. I didn't even watch that game yet. Next up was Eagles-Vikings. I have a lot of people saying that Jalen Hurts balled out, and I guess if you look at the stats, it looks that way. I didn't really think so. I thought he bought some time and made a couple of big plays. He threw up a couple 50-50 balls that got him, and really made some big plays when he needed to, which I guess that's the expectation for him. But I thought Minnesota outplayed the Eagles minus Wentz. Wentz missed a couple of wide open touchdowns. They settled for field goals a lot. He had a lot of, I'm talking about swing passes where he just completely missed. They need somebody else. I don't think he's going to play quarterback there again. I'm surprised he wasn't pulled from the game. They might have won it if he was. Patriots-Titans. We talked about this one a lot. We like Drake May here. We like them to cover. They did both. We also got him over 200 yards and a touchdown and a half. So parlay winner for you if you jumped on that. Another game, we had Panthers and Jets, which I just avoided completely. Panthers wound up winning. Didn't really see much of this game. Don't expect too much from either of these teams. We can move on quickly. One we got wrong. Luckily, we didn't really bet this. It wasn't one of our plays for the members. But I did think Miami would be able to beat Cleveland, and they got smoked. So, Miami's on the do not trust list right now. Saints and Bears, I watched part of this game. The Bears were up pretty big and then didn't really do much and might have let a better team back in. I think they're going to get on a roll because they got a pretty soft schedule. But keep an eye on them. I don't expect this team to be a contender, even though they might go on a run here. Chiefs-Raiders was an even bigger blowout than I thought or it looked. This game was over pretty early. I want to say that they scored 4 touchdowns on their first 4 drives. I'm not really sure. They completely took their foot off the gas pedal, or they would have put 50 on the Raiders. Raiders setting more records for being terrible. Again, this is just kind of the Chiefs, once they got their weapons back, looking like a different team. The Raiders, they got the running back, but like I said, and all the Vegas people crushed me about this, you need someone to block for him. The problem isn't the running back, it's the offensive line. So until they fix that, that team's just not going to be good. Max Crosby's not good enough to save that team. They might get some wins against some of the bottom teams, but they just really don't have anything that scares you at all. Okay, Colts-Chargers. This was our big play. We told everyone we liked the Colts to win outright. They were dogs. I didn't get it. You see we spammed the parlays. Almost every parlay we did had Colts money line, which gave us plus money right away. A lot of them also had Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown. I also did some things where I mixed in some, rush yardage, 60, 70 yards for him, which he easily got. And I might even did a Daniel Jones touchdown or something on a few of them. So we like this game a lot. Colts came through. This might have been your last week to get the Colts cheap. Giants Broncos. We killed this parlay too. People don't expect much out of the Giants. I think they're a little better than they expect since Dart got in, and I think the Broncos are a little bit overrated. So in between that, we took the Giants to cover, and they did. The collapse is kind of crazy. I don't know how that happens, but I didn't care. They covered. Jackson Dart did get a touchdown, so everything we looked at for this game worked out. I think in one scenario we took Cam and I'm blanking out right now, but the Broncos running back both over 40 yards, and it took them a good bit of the game to get there, but they did. Packers Cardinals. I listened to the end of this game while I was watching another game. Packers were down pretty much the entire game. Their defense couldn't stop Arizona, so that's a question mark. Micah Parsons probably saved them. Not only did he have 3 sacks in that game, but he had some critical pressures and was pretty much the only thing that was stopping drives for the Cardinals. So I think the Pack were pretty lucky to escape with the win here. But I think we only took them money line and some parlays because they were really big favorites. And, we didn't like that, but we didn't trust the Cardinals either. So only thing we did was Packers money line on a couple bets. So we survived. I also might have did Josh Jacobs TD on something. So that worked as well. Cowboys Commanders. This was our second big play that we gave for the members. We liked Cowboys to win, and we liked the over, or a modified over, of over 48.5. So those two things combined together get you some plus money. Both of those things happened pretty easily. There were points on the board really quick in this one. So the over was never a sweat. That was our top bet. It wasn't really a sweat either that Dallas was going to win. The only concern was we knew Dallas was going to score. We knew Dallas's defense was bad. Commanders had, I want to say, like all their wide receivers out, so they still managed to score 22 points. Dallas looked really good. Again, I'm not going to trust them in a big situation against a good team that can run the ball because they've proven to have like an all-time bad run defense. And as great as the Cowboys are playing, you can't expect them to score touchdowns every possession. But I think they're going to put up a lot of points this year. Falcons 49ers. If you are an Atlanta fan, drop me a comment. I just can't figure this team out. They've looked pretty good some games. Then they got shut out like 30-0 by the Panthers, who are really bad. And they just didn't look good against the 49ers. Penix, like the way he throws, like a lot of his passes just look really soft. And he had some pretty bad misses. So hopefully he's the guy for them. I don't know. I like a lot of the pieces they have. Bijan's awesome. Everyone knows that. Drake London is underrated in my opinion. He's a gamer, can go get the ball. They don't use him enough in my opinion. Pitts is starting to figure it out. And they got some guys that can get to the quarterback on their defense. So all around, this could be a good team if they got the right quarterback, especially in the really soft division that they're in. But that appears to be Tampa Bay's division once again. And then our third big play. We got most of this right. The main thing we were saying is Lions win. The spread kept growing on this. I think it got to 6. Yeah, I got a lot of comments about that. People talking about Tampa Bay #1 in the power rankings. I'm like, the power rankings that these people put out just doesn't make sense. Like, the Lions are favored in this game. It's at home for a reason. I thought Tampa Bay might be able to keep it closer because my concern was Detroit's entire defensive backs group was out, although none of them are. They have great playmaking safeties, but coverage corners, not the greatest. So I wasn't too worried about that. I figured they would score. The offense played a lot better than 24 points would suggest if you watched the game. And it wasn't really as close as the score showed. So good, strong showing for Detroit. And then finally, we told you we like Seattle, and they're proving it again. Sam Darnold played great for Minnesota last year. He's playing great for Seattle this year. I know he ended the season with a couple of bad games that left people with a bad taste in their mouth. But, whether it's Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen or anyone, like everyone has a couple of these really bad games. So that's the quick wrap up. I'm trying to throw in some of these parlays that we talked about as they pop up on the screen. And let me run through week 8 real quick. So opening up Thursday. Now, mind you, I haven't even looked at the line on any of these yet. We're getting ready to place our bets. So I just wanted to do a cold run through and look at this. Vikings and Chargers. Not sure where the game's at. I don't like the Chargers. I don't like the Chargers at all. I think they're going to be overrated for the rest of the year. They have both of their tackles out. I think it's going to continue to be a problem for them on offense. I don't know if I trust Wentz, so we're going to look at the line and figure this out, but I do like the Vikings off the top of my head without looking at any of the injuries or anything like that. Next up is the Dolphins and the Falcons, and I just lost all hope in Miami. I think Atlanta should win big here. Obviously, we always like Bijan anytime touchdown, and we'll look at some of the matchups and put some stuff out to the members for this game for sure. Bears-Ravens, I think Lamar's back for this game, so this could be upset alert if the Bears are favored. I know the Ravens have been terrible. I know their defense has been really bad, but it's not like Chicago's offense is a powerhouse, and I think if Lamar is back, they're going to score enough to get the W here. Cincinnati and the Jets, I like the Bengals. Joe Flacco's been in this league for a long time. I think he's smart enough to know where to go with the ball, and that's Chase. And he set a record for targeting, and that was smart, and they scored a lot of points that way. Chase is probably, arguably one of the best wide receivers in the league, so giving him opportunities, he's going to win more times than not. Bills and Panthers, I think Bills get off their slide here. The defense does look really bad, but, Bryce Young doesn't really scare me. I think the Bills get it back together and get back on the winning track this week. 49ers and Texans. 49ers got a lot of injuries. They haven't played a great schedule. If you remember, we told you at the beginning of the season, we'd like them to win 10 games. And that wasn't really because of the 49ers. It was more of their schedule. I think they should beat Houston here. Houston is just, they're not a team that I'm going to be able to trust with the way their offensive line has been blocking. And if it doesn't matter who your quarterback is, if you don't have time, you're not going to look good. And it's a similar trend with a lot of the bad teams in the league. Browns and Patriots, this one I'm definitely going to watch. I think it'll be interesting to see how the Patriots hold up against this Cleveland defense that is pretty good. I expect Drake May to throw the ball a lot because he's been doing it. He's been doing it well, and I think the Pats will win. Again, we'll probably have something for the members on this, but I expect Drake May to probably get a couple of touchdowns here. Giants and Eagles. Depending on where the line is, this game might get some action. My guess is that people are higher on the Eagles than I am and not as high on the Giants as I am. Not that I'm high on the Giants. I just think that, they're somewhat capable. They already beat Philly once. I know this is going to be a revenge game, but I think a big factor is going to be who's out and who's playing. Philly is definitely the better team, but let's see how many points the Giants get in this. Maybe that's something where you pump it up to a number where you feel comfortable with. Tampa Bay and the Saints. The Saints just suck, and I think Baker has a big comeback game. He has a lot of weapons. I don't know how long Evans is going to be out. It looked like he maybe separated his shoulder or something. I haven't read the injury report, but I'm assuming he's going to be out. But, the rookie wide receiver they have, in my opinion, is their best wide receiver. If you watch the Lions game, they doubled him in a lot of key spots. So I think he's going to have a big game. I don't know when the Saints are going to get sick of Rattler and how bad the other options are, but he doesn't look like the guy to me. Colts, Titans. I can't imagine a line that the Colts can't cover here. The Colts, the money's going to start coming in on them. You hear ESPN, all these shows finally talking about them. So I don't know how big this line's going to be, but pretty much any line there is, I'm going to like the Colts. Maybe you buy some points down to feel more comfortable, or you do a smaller spread parlayed with some other things like a Taylor touchdown or Taylor for X number of yards because he's going to get all that. And Daniel Jones is probably going to throw a few touchdowns as well. Cowboys Broncos, off the top of my head, I like Dallas to pull the upset here, honestly. I just don't think Denver looks good anytime I see them. I miss all these comebacks, against Philly and the other week against the Eagles. I know a lot of it's Bo Nix just being an athlete and making big runs, and Sutton is a better wide receiver than people think. You get him the ball, but I think Dak with CD and George, those guys are making big plays for him, and he's getting the ball out there. This is going to be really interesting because Denver probably has one of the best defenses, and I think Dallas can score on everyone. So I like Dallas to pull the upset here. This might be a big play. Again, we haven't looked at everything yet. That will all go out to the members probably later today or tomorrow. Looks like Sunday night game is Green Bay at the Steelers. I think the Steelers are overrated. I don't think they're that good. I think Green Bay is going to smack them. And finally, back to one Monday night game and all the wonkiness. We got the Commanders at the Chiefs. I think Chiefs win big here. So that is the Week 8 slate. A couple of quick notes. If you took the parlay that we did earlier from the fight night where we picked Charles Oliveira, we got Tom Aspinall is part 2 of 3 on that this Saturday against Cyril Gahn. At this point, he's like minus 400 something, so it's kind of hard to bet by itself, but a pretty safe bet paired with something else. I mean, Gahn obviously has a puncher's chance, but I like Tom here to win that fight for sure. Obviously, we have Islam coming up on the next pay-per-view. We like him to get the job done as well. So that's everything that's coming up. And then NBA season, we got some bonuses for the members. We're going to go over a couple of teams for win totals that we really like. We're going to talk about early season bets that we like and season-long bets, which are our bread and butter. We really like the season-long bets, NFL, NBA. So we'll lay all those out this week as well. So let me know if we missed anything in the comment section. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Consider a subscribe and drop a like. And thanks for watching.